And through to the Bloody Point, another Gloria Victis video. So while the game isn't available, I'm going to go through some old footage and see if we can get some value out of it. In this one, I'm looking at the map and the various features, and you'll notice that when I mouse over individual fortifications, you get some information popping up on the left, and these include things such as specializations. So each of these holdings will have a specific specialization, as they call it, which will be some resource it produces or something you get access to. And as you get closer to the middle of the map, these become even more valuable. This one also has a infrastructure specialization that you saw on the top right. You'll also see the info panel shows the different workstations that the location has and what crafting bonus they give. And these, of course, increase as you go towards the middle of the map in the loot zone. So you see there the specializations involved for this location. Also shows you the number of citizens currently having. That is a variable because that can change with the upgrades. Now, the center location here has Pilgrim's Rock, which has all of these different benefits, some of which are pretty cool, as they tie to local events and the ability to submit carcasses and whatnot for coin. You'll see that there. The sword through the skull or the stone is an event tag, and that's very high value real estate. It is right in the middle of the loot zone, however. You can see some other specializations, again, specific resources that have value. Certainly some of them are needed in late game crafting and late game consumables. So there's some benefit to taking and holding these locations in order to have access to those. Now, another thing that you'll note is the loot rules vary. The home fort island, which is, in the case of Izmir, Fort Merli, and then the continent or large island is connected to that, has different loot rules. If you die there, you cannot be looted, but if you kill an enemy there, they can be looted. And the respawn timers are, skewed towards the defender, in favor of the defender. And that'll be so for all of the different locations. So obviously, if you're on one faction, the other two will have the corresponding negative rules for you, and yours, in this case, as I'm Izmir, will have the positive rules. So I could not be looted. This is a good and bad thing in that, it discourages enemy from attacking those holdings, but it also encourages you to engage in combat there because you have a chance of looting an item. And people don't expect it, so that is good for the enemy as well. Okay, more details on all of these holdings, just going through them. There are also events that exist, as you can see on the map. We'll cover those shortly. The map, of course, does change as ownership changes, and the links, as they're called, will change as well. These are similar to lattice lines from PlanetSide 2, if you're familiar with that, where you need to take a connected location first before you can initiate a siege or take over another location that's further down the lattice. Okay, there's the specialization again that I mentioned. You'll see that it's benefiting the defenders of that region. There are quite a lot of holdings. You have the forts, the keeps, the castles, and then you have the lumber mills, the mines, and the farms, which are resource producing nodes. And these all have value, and it's important to control the spawns when you're attacking a larger fortification. Okay, so these are the events. These events, in some cases, have a timer, so once you start it, it has a cooldown. Others are just, once you complete them, they become available again. They will disappear from the map in some cases and come back again. There are different types. Some of them relate to quests. A lot going on this map if you take a look at it. Again, there are 3 types of loot rules. There's no looting whatsoever. There are attackers can be looted and defenders cannot. And then there's everyone can be looted. And it's important to know what loot rule set you're under. Okay, these are fast travel points, the ships. There's one from the main capital newbie starting area and then to the opposing shore, where you can go center, east or west, left or right. And then you have these siege camps, which is where you spawn siege engines like rams and catapults in order to assault the larger fortifications, take down the walls or gates. There are also event nodes for fishing. You saw that there on the left. You can also mouse over the individual icons, giving you information on the map itself. The locations of announcement boards. And then within a holding, you'll have icons, if you zoom in closely, showing the locations of the facilities, so the stable master, the crafting stations, and so on. You'll also see the depot, should it exist. Not all locations have a depot. And to make it easier to see all this stuff, there is a filter function on the map. You'll see on the top right. And the filter allows you to go through all the different individual information types. So icons for the zone type in regards to looting, the links, the guild provinces. There we go. Turn the links on and off if you wish. You pretty much want them on. And all the different events, including the location of resource nodes, and then the quests, party information, should you be in a party, location of siege engineers, and then the individual local facilities that you can see, and then some shops, hunting spots, and so on. Lore locations as well. A lot of things. You know, the game is PvP focused, but there's actually a lot of PvE content, including like catacombs, dungeons, things like that, and some bosses. So there's a lot to do. If you ever find yourself looking for something to do, there will be something that presents itself, including these open world dynamic sieges heralded by that horn sound. It'll put a cross swords on the map and allow you to teleport there directly. I'll show that in a little moment. Some more information about the holdings. And it does indicate the actual current status of the workstation in regards to its bonus. You see that was shown there by the +1. This impacts the outcome of your crafting. Crafting is variable. Not all items are of the same quality. And you have success chances as well. So you always want to use the best crafting station you possibly can for you know, efficiency of resource use and quality of outcome. Okay, so as I mentioned, there was a dynamic event. You see it at the top of the screen here. And these have rules. So this one, because it's controlled by the Midlanders, medical assist has been increased, and shorter respawn time for us because it is in our home territory. Thanks for watching, guys.